Good.
I hope you don't mind. I'll try my best. That's REDEFINE Read Masterclass. This is of course part of our official launch together with the team of Coldenberg and Limo. Today we're going to I will try to keep it very short because we have a live audience here as well. I think we have a live stream record. So welcome everybody. Welcome to the REDEFINE Meat Masterclass. Today we'll tell you a lot about REDEFINE Meat, our products, and if anything is unclear, we have a very good website, just please go there for more information. Alright, so do you guys hear me when I'm just talking? Yeah? I don't really need this, right? Do I need this? Yeah? Okay. So, I'll need this. Before we start, I actually want to introduce you to our lovely culinary team. Of course, Linda, our chef and culinary advisor, ZiN Plummel, and his team that is supporting us today in presenting the products. And then actually, I will get back to the dishes that we'll test later. And of course, without further ado, I would like to introduce to you Marco, Pierre, White. Welcome, Marco.
Good afternoon, everybody. How are you? This is very exciting, sitting with all you lot. I was just about to taste a sauce, and then I got called on, so it looks rather good, actually. But anyway, well, it's nice to be back in Amsterdam. I don't come very often, but every time I do, it's for a day, 2 days. I've got to say, I class it as a great treat. So tell me, are you all chefs?
So we have a mix. We have a mix of chefs, food professionals, and everybody's, of course, very curious to meet you as well. So it's people.
Now I'm still in the kitchen sort of part-time these days. I do a lot of travelling, but I start to interfere. I don't know if the ones who are still in the kitchen do that, but that's what I do. I interfere. I sort of. But no, talking about interfering and is, how can I say, is redefine. How did it all happen? Any of you used it yet?
Yeah, I wanted to ask a question.
Anyone used redefine yet? Ah. So a lot of you today are going to lose your virginity. You're going to have it for the very first time. How delicious, how exciting. I remember the first time I had it. And do you have Knorr in Holland? Or Knorr? I used to work with Knorr for about 12 years. And I got a phone call about a year ago asking if they could come and meet me. But it wasn't Knorr, it was the people who I used to work with in Unilever came to see me. And one of them I used to sort of spend time working with stock cubes. Because even to this day I still use stock cubes because I use it as a seasoning, not a stock, instead of salt. So they bring me REDEFINE Meat. And I sat there chatting to them. But it was just on the table. And I'm thinking to myself, when are we going to open it up? 15 minutes goes by, half an hour goes by, 45 minutes goes by. I'm just looking at this meat, which they're telling me about, but I'm not allowed to try it. Anyway, after an hour, they open the bag. And I'm quite fascinated by it. It looks like braised ox cheek. Has anyone ever braised ox cheeks for a daube de boeuf before? Yeah. That's what it looked like. And I thought, this is interesting. So I broke it open, and I tasted it cold. And I do think you've got to understand something before you can see the true beauty of it. And I'm thinking it looks like meat. It's sort of got the scent of meat, but it's soy and pea. And I'm thinking, how does this work? And I'm trying to get my head around this whole 3D digital printed. Well, look at my phone. Who's got one of these? That's my phone. So you can imagine them telling me about digitally printing meat. It went straight over my head. So I had lamb and beef. And so I started to play with it. And the more I played with it, the more I understood it. And it's like anything you work with, you understand it. And I started to see the beauty of it. And then I realized that it's one of the cleverest things I've ever seen in all my years of gastronomy. And I've been in this world now for 45 years. Any of you been in this? No, none of you have been here 45 years. You don't look old enough. Am I the oldest man in this room? I think I am. You're way too good looking to be older than me, sir. But no, so I sort of started to play with it, and you can sous vide it. So I tend to sous vide it if I'm going to fry it to begin with, maybe put it into a marinade, and then fry it very gently, and then serve it like I would serve meat. So whatever garnishes I do it exactly the same. And then I started to braise it. And it's delicious braised. And I fed it to a lot of my friends, but not told them it's not meat. And you'd be amazed how many people, if you don't tell them, don't realize it's not meat. They think they're eating meat. That's how clever it is. It really is. And then you've got the mince, you've got the burgers. But I tend to stick with the mince, and I tend to play with the steaks. And they work. Is that an aeroplane? I had a wonderful time this morning at the airport. It took me longer to get through the airport than it did to fly here. How does that work? I mean, that's extraordinary. Who's been to the airport lately? I got put with the Americans and the Canadians. I'm now labelled non-European in Amsterdam airport. It's quite funny, actually. But no, that was interesting. But no, and then I went this morning to a restaurant which it hasn't even got a name on it. Is it called Graphite? Yeah. Called Graphite. Has anyone been to Graphite? It hasn't even got a name on it. I thought, this is quite remarkable. It's sort of painted black. It was like a bat cave. And then you walk inside it. It's quite cool in there. And Linda was cooking away, and we had some delicious meat this morning. Really delicious. I think you're going to have some more of it in a minute, aren't you? Is it the same one I had this morning, Linda?
It's with the smoked garlic, yes.
Yeah, delicious. Can I say, Linda is a star girl. She's very, very dedicated. Why are you staring at her, young man? You're meant to be listening to me, not staring at the girls. My school reports used to always say Marco is easily distracted. But I think it'll be interesting to see your expressions when you taste it for the first time. But I thought it was something. I think it's here to stay. I think it will revolutionize our world. And I think it's like my daughter. She loves it because my daughter's a vegetarian through emotional reasons. She loves animals, and so that's why she's a vegetarian. But she loves it, and she thinks it's very, very clever. And you may not know this, but I was a vegan for 9 months. Any of you been a vegan? How long did you last? I lasted 9 months. I was so thin at the end of it. You want to lose weight, be a vegan. Did you lose weight? Did you not? You must have had enormous portions of lentils. But the one thing, the reason why I went back is because I found it a very interesting and a very emotional journey. Because to begin with, I didn't lose any weight. I suppose I was like a bear going into hibernation. I lasted about 6 weeks. And then I started to lose weight quite rapidly, actually. But I lost a lot of my inner confidence. And then after about a month, I came out of that, and I was fine again. But the problem was, I loved being a vegan, because I like vegan food, vegetarian food. But I never felt fulfilled. Did you feel hungry after a meal? Yes. But like an hour later, you feel a bit hungry again. And yeah, exactly. You're a very funny man. But I think I could have lasted longer. I think you'd have lasted longer had REDEFINE been around then. Because I did it about 10 years ago, 12 years ago. But no, what was I going to say? I was going to say something. I lost my train of thought then. Hey, what? Oh, yes, have me a question, yes.
So you see a lot of rise in sustainability in the kitchen and the culinary world. So we have switching to plant-based. Do you think it's a trend, or do you think it's something that's gonna stay, gonna evolve?
Well, if my memory serves me well, Alain Passard in Paris, who had 3 stars in Michelin, went all vegetarian and retained his 3 stars in Michelin.
Yeah.
But then had to go back serving meat and fish.
Yeah.
And I think what actually happens is I don't think it's about converting people into being vegetarians. I think it's about creating alternatives. That's what I think it's about, really. Because one thing I notice within my restaurants is that people are, where they would have meat, say, 6 nights a week and they'd have had fish once, they tend to be sort of bringing vegetarian into their diet once or twice a week. That's what I've noticed.
Yeah.
And as I say, on a night time we may sell 10% vegetarian, but 10% of those people aren't, they're not all vegetarians. So it shows you that people are changing, and if you go back 10 years ago to 5 years ago to now, there's more and more demand for vegetarian.
Yeah.
And it's then people want, and people also want more dishes. Like 10 years ago, you may have given them one choice.
Yeah.
Now you have to give them 2 or 3 choices, and it's quite interesting.
Yeah. And I mean, we have a lot of catering companies here, like big restaurant groups. If you, I mean, they're struggling with this, right? They're introducing plant-based new meat dishes, but they're looking at a way to bring everybody in, get their guests and their, let's say, their clientele also interested in, let's say, the segment, the category. How would you advise them to do that? Like, what is your tip?
Well, I mean, for example, you were talking about big catering companies. One of my ex-boys is the executive chef of Dyson, who make the vacuum cleaners and the hair things and the hand dryers. And he feeds about 4,000 people a day. 25% of the people who he feeds are all vegetarian. So he has to give an incredible choice.
Yeah.
And I think people want choice now. They really do want choice. And I think it's really important to give people choice. Especially when you think they're mostly dining with him 5 days a week. So if you've got these large caterers who are having to feed people 5, 6, 7 days a week, you've got to give them choice. And I think, you know, as I say on my menu, I'll do one dish with REDEFINE, then I may do an aubergine parmigiani, and I may do a gnocchi dish, for example. So we give people 3 choices. But we're a hotel, and so therefore, we may have people there who are there 2 nights on the trot. But like in a restaurant, you know, say you change your menu once a month or once a week, you've got to have 2 or 3 dishes now. One's not enough. And I just think you've got to give people options, and I think you can be very clever. And what's great about this product, you can, if you have sous vide machines, because we use a lot of sous vide, and I've used it all my career, is sous vide individual, and the shelf life is very good. And you know, you can marinate it, pop it in the fridge. If you don't sell it tonight, it's perfectly fresh tomorrow and perfectly good tomorrow. Or you can braise it in the bag. You make your vegetable braising juices inside bag and put it into a water bath. So I think you've got to add modern technology into your way of thinking as well. And so the world has changed. If I think back to when I was a cook, we had 15 starters, 15 main courses, 30 cooks to do sort of 100 covers a night. Is today, a lot of those 2- and 3-star Michelins just give you a set menu. Like my daughter is now working at the Manoir à Quatre Saisons, and I asked her what the menu was. It's a 7-course menu, no choice. 6-course lunch, that's it. So the a la carte's gone. So it's interesting how that high end is actually giving you less options and choices than you had years ago. That looks very good, chef. That looks delicious.
Let's make a burger to start.
I love a burger.
This is plain old burger.
When are you feeding them?
Feed them?
No, when are we feeding our friends?
Yes.
Are we going to do that now?
Yeah.
I can't wait to see their expressions. But no, but do you have Compass in this country and Sodexo? Are they here? Are they enormous here like they are in the UK? Yeah. And so I mean, like we just did something at Ascot, Royal Ascot, in April. And again, I'd say 15% of people were vegetarian, and we had to change the vegetarian dish every day because some people were coming every day. And so That's a posh burger. Is what oil's that?
And this is some olive oil. One that can stand heat.
That looks delicious. Expensive.
Yes! Why not?
So, are you going to serve it to them, or are they all going to come up to the counter?
No, I'm going to serve them. There's the back offices there.
Any questions, by the way?
Yeah, I think that what I might want to do is as well, like do a small introduction on all of the dishes that we're going to try, of course. We kind of skipped through that in the beginning. So the first dish that Linda is going to present is the slider. That's the one that she's prepping in the pan right now. So you will all get one, of course, later on.
You make this size. You make this size, or they come in that size.
Then we'll serve a gyoza with our beef mince.
You make them that size.
That's an application of the beef mince that we have. That's also available at Kaldenberg. We have kebab, lamb kebab. As far as we know, also the only lamb kebab of a vegan lamb out there. So that's one of the products that I'm really proud of. Is something that we're gonna make you try. And then, of course, the Holy Grill. We couldn't come here without making you try, of course, the bavette, the steak that we've discussed earlier, or that René mentioned in his presentation. And then finally, we actually have some new products as well that will be shown today, at least. That's what I'm expecting Linda to do. And that will be our pool product. So in the end of October, we will come to the market with 3 pool products. René already briefly mentioned them, but it's pulled beef, pulled lamb, and pulled pork. It's also our first pork product, of course, that we're going to launch. And today we are going to present the pulled beef in a sloppy joe, right?
Oh yes, no, I have a mic here.
Yeah, this is for the room.
This is for them, yeah.
Sloppy joe. I'm looking at some butchers here. Maybe someone already had it. Sloppy joe, very popular in the US. Pulled meat. Pulled meat. Yeah. It's my partner in crime. Pulled meat and a jus de veau. Very for the strong feeling on it. For now, it's the burger that we have. The burger, as you see, what REDEFINE really likes, it sounds like meat. It tastes like meat. The only thing that it is, a whole different animal. So we're going to start with something simple, because I heard that there was... did anybody have lunch or not yet? Okay, we're going to give you the full portions then. Good to know. Good to know. So we start with the burger. Why? It's an easy one. It's for if you have big events, you make the burger, you reheat it like that, and before you know it, you have 200, 2,000 burgers out there with the juicy inside. So I like the minced products. You can really use them for catering. And for now, we're going to start with the burger. See, and I want to show you. It holds the heat and it holds color. So it's really cool. Okay, let me make one for you, and I hope you're going to enjoy it. Is it
cool? Thank you, Linda.
It smells delicious.
Sorry, I left.
The best seats in the house, haven't I? See, don't you wish you were sitting here with me and Linda?
I was surprised you were sitting here, but I like it.
There we are, look at that.
Yeah, I'm just going to make it.
And what are you going to serve it with, Linda?
I'm just going to serve it on a brioche bun. And some people who I had tastings with, there are some in the audience, they know that I love my own pickles, so I made some own pickles. And I think a spice sauce is really well with the burger. So we're going to add the spice sauce with it. The burger.
So for this dish, of course, we made a smaller version. Normally, this is a slider. So normally we serve it as it comes as a 140-gram burger. What's nice, because it's let's say a fresh product, you can form it, you can reshape it. A lot of chefs work with it as a slider, but yeah, that's what Linda also did today.
I don't like to use onions, so I like to use crash, just to have the sharpness of it. And then the burger and the pickles. You like pickles?
Yeah, very much. I'm interested in your sauce.
Oh, that's just a spice. It's a vegan sauce, by the way. Same thing, happens to be vegan. Want to try it now or later?
Yeah, I'll have it now. Do you have a knife?
Yep, we have it.
See how lucky am I? best pole position, isn't it? I get that. Haha. Look at this.
There you go.
That's very good.
What we like to see is the juiciness in there. You see it? Thank you. Can somebody help the chefs with the burgers? Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy it.
Deliciously good.
Probably also napkins.
It's the heat.
Which is this? Did you make this yourself?
Yeah, I do fennel anise seeds in there, just to give it a layer. Sometimes I put a spice in there as well, but that's really good. Heb ik net gedaan?
It's very good, that, isn't it, boys? It's interesting. If you weren't paying attention and thinking about it, you wouldn't think this is not meat, I don't think.
Can I point somebody out to ask a question? My chef. The minced, you're eating right now.
You've silenced them.
Yeah, but Robert Dansen does a lot of caterings, big hands. Are you impressed with the product? But also with testing? Yeah? So can I ask you two questions? One is, why are you a fan? Yes, you're a fan. And can I ask why you are a fan?
It's different, but also it's not different.
Yeah. Different but the same. Yeah, it's a tagline, but it is true, right? Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that. Looking forward to meeting you after this. Awesome.
That's really good.
He's an amazing chef. All of them. I see so many cool faces here. So happy you all come here. Yeah.
Are you enjoying that, sir? Are you thinking of going back to being a vegetarian?
Only 5 days a week.
Only 5 days a week. But it's quite interesting, actually. I mean, if you, like, I just ate mine then, yes. And had I not known it was redefined meat, I wouldn't really question it, really, because I'm in conversation on that. And I think what's great about redefining it in restaurants is...
Steamer.
Go back 10 years ago. Let's go back 10 years ago. Vegetarians always felt they were hard done by when they went to restaurants. They felt that there wasn't enough choice for them, and they felt that what they were given was just thrown together. Today, with Redefine, you can sort of, I mean, like the steaks, you'll try the steaks in. They're very, I mean, they're really good. And as I say, I do them exactly the same way as I would do a normal steak. If I'm making a red wine sauce, I make my reduction of red wine, but I had stock syrup, a heavy stock syrup, and I had a bit of chestnut honey. And that's how I work it, so it gets that balance. So therefore, if you can't use meat juices. So therefore, you've got to be a little bit, or I'll make an onion juice where I'll sous vide onions, peeled onions, sous vide them, and then just cook them for an hour in boiling water in the sous vide bag, and then open that up and then extract that juice from them, and that's one of my bases. Or I'll make a reduction of orange, split with olive oil, or I'll use a vintage balsamic oil, or I'll use mustards. So therefore, because what I believe is that the customer, who's the vegetarian or the vegan, does want to feel that they're being shortchanged, and I think what Redefined is assists you with that. Did you enjoy that, boys? It's clever, isn't it? And girls, sorry. That was very rude of me, madam.
Well, in the US you say, hey guys, and it's like non-gender. So that's a good one. I found out.
Yeah, I suppose that's right. I'd not thought of it. Yeah.
Non-gender, so that's good.
Madam, are you enjoying it? It's clever, isn't it? And Linda adds her little bits of magic to it as well. But it's very, very, I mean, as I was saying to Linda this morning, is, you know, if you just sat there, you got your fries, you've got your ketchup, you're just sitting down eating a burger, You don't even think of it. You don't even think, this is not meat.
No.
It's really, as I say, it's one of the cleverest things I've seen in decades. Shout at me, madam.
The pickles.
Oh, the pickles are good, right?
pickles.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe one day we'll
Linda made those.
And the company made the burger. As Steph said, like the size is different, but I just did it as a slider, but you're getting more good stuff. Should we go to the next dish? You know what it is?
Brilliant.
I think you've got those raviolis, haven't you, with that sep juice?
Yes. So
Tell me about your broth.
so the broth
Linda.
is... It's not working?
And, this is for the room.
Oh, this is for the room. So I'm being taped, and then it's for the room. Broth, Asian mushroom broth with the minced being used as a filling. So he's tasting everything. This morning he tasted everything, and
I told you I've got the best job in the world.
that's just tasting it. It's really nice. Thank
See,
you.
you're sat there.
You're going to get there now.
Very good.
It's being steamed. What I like to say about the mince, what you can do with it, you can bake it, and then you have this really crusty edges around it. And if you want to make it like a dumpling, like we did, you add raw material in there and then steam it. So you have the crunch in there. And you have, like with the raw product, you don't need eggs, you don't need any other. So it can and will be staying vegan if the concept is vegan. If you want to do foie gras with that, I'm fine with that. It's the new meat, so it's canvas for the chef, so you can do with it whatever you want. But we made this product now vegan for your likes, I hope. So I'm going to enjoy it. So it's an Asian mushroom broth, and we're heating the dumplings up right now. It's with chopsticks, so it will be messy, but let's see who can use the chopsticks with that. It's going to be the second dish. Do you have any questions about the minced and how you can use it? It is good to do it through and through for two reasons. Flavor-wise, but through and through means that it's still juicy in the middle, so it doesn't dry. Should be warm, and that's pure for flavor and experience. Yeah.
Linda, can I ask you a question? When you make your mix, are you putting your mix in as a base like that, or are you cooking it off first and cooling it down, or do you put it in as a base like that as it comes? And you just add spice to it and seasoning to it?
Oh no, this is the kebab, and the kebabs are spices. But for the minced, I just bake it and use the herbs in there with the baked area. Yeah.
So you season it with your aromats,
yeah,
and then you bake it,
yeah,
and then you shape it, and then is that a wonton mix?
But yes, and when you shape it, I put the raw product with the baked product.
I see.
Because then you don't.
You got a binding agent, yeah. Okay.
Binding agent from the same product. Yeah.
So you're baking it for the flavour.
Yeah.
And then you're using the base to bind it.
Absolutely.
Good.
Thanks for the question.
Ah.
Let me make it.
Thank you.
Looks very good.
Where's the camera?
Is this my portion?
I'm your personal chef.
Yeah, exactly. Bum, bum, bum. With your mushroom broth. Delicious.
Yeah. I was so happy to do the Masterclass here with this amazing team. And this broth was on like all day, so it smelled like a good one. Steph, can you help me out and get one of those dishes, please?
I don't think I'll be using chopsticks.
Chopsticks.
Very good.
Yeah, I'm going to get some scissors.
And what do you call this dish, chef?
Asian mushroom broth with
dumplings.
Yeah, with dumplings.
Nice.
And I just wanted to use this to show you that it's not just easy meat, but you can really have like a lot of spices in it and keep the mince flavor or the meat flavor in there. Thank you.
It's nice. Delicious.
Let's see. Nice shape, huh?
So you can do this as a starter and a main course.
Yeah, and easy. You can pre-make it and then just boom, take it out. Main course, starter, small, white. You're just getting chopsticks, heat it up. Nice. I like this one too.
we talked about how to, put the product on the menu as a chef or as a catering company. How do you position the redefined meat on your menu? You work with it at Mr. White's?
Yeah, we work with it in 50 restaurants. I think, we create a vegetarian section, and so therefore it's quite prominent, and as I say, it's very popular.
Yeah.
We sell a lot of it, which is interesting. It's growing and growing, and we're finding customers coming back for it because they can't get it in many places at this moment in time. And so it's very new in the UK. I think it's almost quite new here as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, we started like 6 months ago here in the Netherlands, and when you introduced it in the restaurant, did you get any, let's say, reservations from your team? Were they?
I don't know. There's no reservations. I think people were fascinated. I think that's the word, is fascination, and curious, because everybody's used to when people go to restaurants and they're vegetarian or they're vegan. They're used to the obvious,
No.
a pasta dish.
No.
They're used to a gnocchi dish. They're used to, say, an aubergine parmigiani or a lentil dish. But to get something which is replicates meat in texture and also has that weight, and I think that's what's important. Well, as I said, when I was a vegan, which I was curious, is I never felt satisfied. An hour later, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
When I eat redefined, an hour later, I'm not hungry anymore because it's got that weight, it's got that density, and that's what I want. And I like to chew my food as well.
Yeah.
I think that's ready for me, don't you, darling?
Chew on this?
Yes, exactly. Now, are your friends behind you ready?
They're ready. They're going for it.
Oh.
Yeah.
That looks very good, chef.
Are you good with chopsticks?
I was thinking of using my spoon,
You are.
but I'm happy using chopsticks.
Whatever you prefer.
Look how you've got a big spoon. That's even better.
Chef's think
That
alike.
looks very good.
You want some sushi on there?
Yes, I'd love some. I'd like... Yeah, that's right. I'll tell you what I'd like is I'd like a little splash of olive oil with it. I
Oh,
always like it. I think olive oil will give the broth that little bit of texture.
all to you.
Thank you. I love olive oil. There we are. Thank you.
Luckily it's vegan then, right?
Yeah, there we are. Bingo.
Awesome.
Now, see, I just love the broth and the oil. Have you not got yours yet?
Working on it.
Oh,
Timing is good.
So maybe in the meantime, it's already a good idea to think about
Delicious.
questions. Questions you want to
why are you
ask.
smiling, sir? Oh. Seems a little unfair, doesn't it?
They're just looking you
It's
eat.
easy, everyone watching me eat.
Let me hear.
But no, it's very good.
I'm gonna dip
Are you
in
gonna
as
have
well.
some?
Yeah, absolutely.
So are there any questions in the room?
The olive oil makes the difference.
Good enough. Whenever I serve a broth, I'll always float some chicken fat over.
The chicken.
And the combination of a broth, like a bouillon, and chicken fat or olive oil, it's just the texture of it too. You can be quite generous with it.
Yeah,
It's really good, the two together.
because then you get the layers in there and they're good. How is the mince holding up, sir?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah?
Well, yeah.
Good. Okay, amazing team. Okay, the first dishes are coming to you that way because we're almost done here, but I hope you're going to enjoy it. If you have any questions? No? Going to the next?
I'm having a great time. I've got to say, this is the first for me as well.
They're so
To
chill.
sit in front of 50 people eating and then watching me. So it might be a first for you with tasting redefined, yes.
I know.
Wow.
I do remember the first time. There is one chef, Shai Hyman from Redefine Meat, And he
Very nice.
and he told me the first time in meeting you that it was an amazing meeting, and that he was so amazed about the technical things in the product and how smart it is. So he called me and says, Linda, this is a unique experience. I just went to Mark Your Pierre White, and the feedback is really, really good and smart. And I think that a lot of the chefs are really, really smart. They have so many things that they should think of and do. And with Redefine Meat, they did a combination with technicals, people, food researchers, and chefs, and marketing all at the same time. And the end product just came out when it was finished and good, and I hope you're going to enjoy it. But I'm very, very proud, not only on the Dutch team, but also the Israeli team, who are like amazing and strong and determined to make a lot of the products that are now animal-based, that we can cut out the little man, or let's say the animal, and that meat lovers can have a choice. That's really a goal, and I think they are very, very good in achieving it now. This is just the first year that we are here. In November 15, it was our first day launching in the Netherlands, and look where we are now. So happy that you are tasting it. And some spoons.
Spoons?
Yeah, some spoons will be nice. The people are having broth. This is what I mean, that chefs have to think about everything.
Very good, chef.
You're enjoying it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm enjoying you,
Wonderful,
sir.
isn't it?
I'm enjoying your company. The meat that gives on giving. I love it. Thank you so much. Okay, perfect. Next one. Oven, 220, please. Kebabs go in. This go in.
So I actually do remember a question I got before the session. And somebody was asking if we're actually available to deliver. If we're already there, then we can provide partners with our product. So as you all already know, next week we're going to open our factory here in the Netherlands. So it's like 20 kilometers from here in Best, next to Eindhoven. We are turning a meat production facility into a plant-based factory. So that's also where our first Angus will be here in Europe. And then, of course, we'll also be able to supply the Goldenberg Sligro from that location. Marco, you've been to the factory in Israel, right?
I went to the factory in Israel. I thought it was amazing, actually. I mean, watching it... Have you been there yourself?
Yes, I was there.
Watching it go backwards and forward. I wasn't expecting that. An enormous machine and producing these little steaks.
Yeah.
Takes a long time.
Yeah, so that's of course the bottleneck.
It doesn't just knock them out very quickly. It goes backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. It's very, very clever. I mean, whoever created those machines was a genius.
Yeah, you know Asher and Adam, of course.
And the product is just, it is staggering, it's frightening. I mean, it's like then just eating that with that sort of Asian influence. Again, if you weren't thinking about it, you wouldn't think this is not meat.
Yeah.
It's very clever, and I think how Linda puts it all together is very clever. And I mean, and that's vegan.
Yeah, I mean that's you've tried the new products. We always say it's an iPhone 3, right? So it's the first phone with a touchscreen, huh?
But what Linda's doing is showing off how versatile the product is.
Yeah.
I think that's the beauty of it. She's done 2 dishes, something as simple as a burger, and then she's done her little wonton, her little dumplings. And I think that's where it's going to win, because you can buy the mince, you can buy the steaks, and you can make 2 or 3 dishes.
Canvas for the chef.
On your menu.
That's what we say. We always say it's canvas for the chef. In the end, the chef has to give his or her ring to it.
Well, especially in a world when everything is getting more expensive, and especially labour.
Yeah.
And
and a growing demand from vegetarians and vegans. And I think what it does do is especially like, for example, I'll put the steaks on my menu, and say a table has 3 steaks and there's 1 normal steak, their steak is exactly the same as the 3 others, so they don't feel that they're being awkward.
Yeah, it's very effective, and it's nice that you say that, because the next dish is actually our lamb kebab. As you will try it today, that's also how it will be supplied from Kaldenberg. So we didn't add any additional spices, right, Linda? You have the minced here in your bowl.
Yeah.
So we actually use the product as it is, as you will receive it from Sligro. So it's already it's lamb, so it's a lamb minced, and we added kebab spices and pine nuts to the recipe, and it smells like lamb already.
But I think that's the beauty of it, is you can do 3 dishes, 3 different dishes, yes? So you're giving your clients 3 options, and you've got 3 very different dishes that you'd have to do a tremendous amount of work, really. I keep on turning it off, darling, for you.
Chef style.
It's gas prices.
Oh, there we are. Did you enjoy your broth, everybody, and your little wontons? It's good. It's clever. I do think that I've got the best seat in the house. What do you think? Best way, isn't it? How did you make your broth, chef, for the on the last one? Is that a trade secret?
Oh, it just was here. No, it's not a trade secret. I did a lot of fresh. Well, Sligro is a really good company as well. So we got some downstairs. We got maybe in the end we have to walk around. They have really good stuff. Maybe the tea that you like as well. But what I started with is just a nice mushroom starter, very intense. And then I just added up some layers, and then you have the depth in there.
And are you using, do you use some dried porcini in there in the end?
Yes.
Yeah, it's very good.
Good. I like dried mushrooms. Just very intense.
Yeah, they're sort of like 10 times the strength, aren't they? I mean, amazing.
Better to do that.
This is very exciting.
Okay, so that's the mushroom broth.
That's very Jackson Pollock.
I like Jackson Pollock. I do like it, yeah.
Sorry.
Well, I think chefs are artists, so if it's canvas, better make something out of it. So that's really nice.
It did look like Jackson Pollock.
So funny. So the kebab. The kebab used to be shaped in fingers, but now we saw that every chef was making another shape of it, so we just kept it as a 1 kilo item now. As we're gonna serve it today, it is as the product is. I didn't put, thank you. I didn't put any extra garlic in there or any herbs. This is as is. So exactly what you're gonna taste right now is how the kebab, lamb kebab is. Yeah, it's a 1 kilo block, yeah. No portion, no, because some people use it as lamb slider and other people use it as a rayas. Yeah.
So portions, portion blocks, smaller blocks, gives you the creativity to make your fingers or make your patty as you like.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't need to take out the whole block out of the freezer.
No. Well, 1 kilo is not that much when you have something going on, I think. But if you have like 10K and that was 1 block, I think that was serious an issue. But 1 kilo. That's good. I think that's a nice size anyway.
I think what's good to mention is that when the products come in, you have about 9 months in the freezer. So the THT is 9 months, and then after it's being defrosted, and you keep it well, you can still keep it for 5 to 6 days in the fridge. So you don't have to use the whole block at once. Of course, you can keep it as long as it's
even longer when it's vacuum.
Yeah.
I think what's good though. I think what's good by getting it in a kilo block is, number one, it's not an enormous amount, but as Linda just said, chefs make different sizes and they make different shapes. And so therefore you're not being dictated to by a product when it comes to serving the portion or the shape. That's your choice, isn't it? Which I think is quite clever. They're like little
Yeah, let's make a
falafels.
slider out of it. Let's make
Yeah, I think it's cool.
somebody else. The also beautiful thing is, I'm going to do next to it, is just make it like minced and use it as a bottom for moussaka. That will be nice with lamb meat. Thank you. This is the color that we want.
Very clever, the minced product.
So, adding to that, the lamb flavor that we have in the Netherlands is a variety of lamb flavors. It can be a young lamb or a very old lamb, almost a goat kind of flavor. I hope that you're going to enjoy it and recognize the young lamb flavor in there. Also, the lamb flavor is really working in front of your mouth. The fats from lamb are so recognizable because they work in front of your mouth. And I hope you're going to recognize it. And we get a really a lot of good responses on this product. You want to put some herbs in there? Just for the fun of it?
Looking very good, chef. Ah.
Sometimes I get from Adian, I get really good satay.
Look at this.
Adrian's nice. Let me get you a plate. All good? You want to bring it out? That's all? Yeah.
Now, one of the first times I cooked the mince, I made an imam bayoldi, which is a Moroccan dish. And I fried off my mince and I worked my mince through the imam bayoldi. And the aubergine and the tomato and the mince worked very well together. It eats very well. Especially in that dish, you would never know that it was a plant-based product. You'd actually think you're eating meat.
We have to get the big tools again.
Oh yeah, look at that. Uh-huh.
Good.
What's this, chef?
Hummus.
Oh, that's hummus, yes, and your spicy tomato, yes.
Yeah, limoen harisha. Just to put some in there. So this is the beauty of it. I love it when it's just crumbled like that and you have the good flavor in. So as you see, I didn't put salt on there. I'm going to make it first. You want bread? Do you eat bread?
Yeah. I eat everything. I'm easy.
This is a good sauce, by the way.
Looks very good. It looks delicious.
Not too much.
Are you giving me the mince, or am I getting a bit of everything?
You get a bit of everything. That's mean that this is. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's easier.
I think it's going to be.
I'll take that.
I did a bread on the side. It's even better. Oh, it is nice and juicy.
So I get two. Aha. See, that's what happens. It's called, that's called chef's perks, isn't it? Have a little olive oil as well. Thank you. Look at that. That's, thank you. How spoiling is this?
See how beautiful the crunchiness is on there?
I love that.
I love that. That's the beauty of eating meat. There we go.
Can I have a little olive oil as well?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, chef.
Thank you.
What's great about the product is that if you ask the chefs that are working with it, for example, Nady in Amsterdam, they're working with the kebab, and the chef is actually using his own recipe for the arrayas dish that he's making with lamb, but now he's using 20% less of the mince than compared to our product. So because it holds his weight and is say it holds its weight really well, and then of course you also need to use less product compared to the let's say the lamb meat that he was using before.
It's coming your way. Nice. How is it?
Very good. Have some, chef. Look at the olive oil and the tomato and the mint. Fantastic.
I just found out how many calories there is in olive oil, so
In what?
I have to watch out for it. How many calories there is in olive oil?
It's big.
It's good. I need to eat something.
But look, let's be honest. That's the truth. The more calories, the more delicious. That's what I think. In England, we've got a law now where we have to put the calorie count on the dish.
Oh.
So I only ever choose things with lots of calories because then it's got more flavour.
That's true.
There we are. That looks very good.
Really true.
This is really good. Have they got the tomato sauce?
I like the sauce, yeah. The sauce is limoen harissa. And the other one is hummus. And you're having a sample and a set right now. I'm going to ask somebody to help out with the napkins.
The only thing that's missing is a nice glass of wine, isn't it? Ooh. Hey, don't you wish you had a nice glass of wine rather than that little bottle of water next to you?
I like it. Iemand met servet, want er zijn geen servet en dit is een handdish. Joehoe.
This is very good, chef.
Well, the product is good, chef.
No, the combination of the three.
Yeah. Well, and
it works really well.
Again, it isn't. If it was my canvas for today, I definitely had like smoked peppers in there, and do some more herbs, and just bringing it to there. But I just wanted to taste you as is and have your minds work on the product. So what you can do with it.
What's interesting?
Is this a belief like this is a really good lamb flavor? Can I see some hands who think this is a really good lamb flavor? Yeah? I see a lot of hands coming up. You like the lamb flavor. You smell it too while baking it too. You can listen it too. And yeah, if you have a box or you're buying some, I will definitely think like do different shapes and make varieties and see what works for you. And I think the crumble, if you do it in a sauce or you put it in the bottom for, like I said, for a moussaka or a lasagna, why not a lamb lasagna, but you can also do it with the minced. It is funny with some tastes, and I'm looking with a smart eye, people love the steak. It's very, very sharp. And then it says, no, just show me the steak. And then we show the minced as well, and it says, very impressive indeed. Very impressive indeed. So I'm really happy that we start with this. I hope you like it. The stomach is a bit settling. Good. You can have some water next to it. Good. They're finishing it, chef.
It's very good. But what's good also is
I put some more olive oil.
Thank you. If you think of the flavour of the lamb, the hummus and the pepper sauce and tomato, they're quite big flavours, but they're not dominating,
no.
Which is good. Did you get the olive oil with yours? You just sat in the wrong seat. You pulled the wrong.
There's a whole department downstairs, and it's here. It's here to take if you want it. We just keep it here. Really nice.
Oh my giddy! I wasn't saying it. I just said. That's very spoiling. Cheers, everybody.
That's really good.
It's like if I've just been brought here to tease you, isn't it? Cool.
Here. Hope that the wines come around.
I'll tell you something that goes really well with the red wine. Deliciously
wines
well,
for everybody.
Cool, I'm glad I'm sat here now.
Wines for everybody. Let's do it.
That's very good. No, but what I like, chef, it's very good.
Who wants a wine? I organize it. 1, 2, 3, 6. 6 bottles of wine, please. That will be helping. It's already Thursday, so it's okay.
It is Thursday, isn't it?
It looks Thursday.
Chef, if I just got that in a wrap, And no one said anything to me. I was just sat down with my friends in the garden one summer out barbecuing. I wouldn't say that's not meat.
No.
And I wouldn't say that's weird. I just, because when you're indulging, you're having fun with your friends, having a glass of wine or a beer, whatever. Because I've fed it to a few of my friends, and they don't even know anything.
No.
It's not until the end.
No. I think that some chef that we both know did the same thing. Got his butcher in and said like, I'm going to make you a meal and this, and then he asked like, why am I even here? I said, didn't you notice anything? No. And then he used redefined meat. It was really fun.
Very good. And I like the combination. Works very well, chef.
Thank you so much. Just so graceful.
No, really good. And I like the colour as well.
So,
It's very nice.
I like it. Oh. So we're going to wait for the next dish. Then you have like a beautiful glass of wine.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah? You're setting a trend again? Setting a trend again.
See, this is called hospitality, isn't it? I bet you're glad I mentioned wine, aren't you now, eh? We've got to give them wine now. I wasn't asking for it, I was just saying. Goes delicious to everyone. It's a nice drop of red, that, isn't it?
The color is nice.
Cheers.
Are they getting the same one?
Cheers. Can you imagine? I know it's gross misconduct drinking on the job. I may get sacked later.
Chef, we can. Oké, dan gaan we samen.
It's quite gentle, isn't it, the wine? Gentle. Nice. I didn't have a chance to see what it was. What was it? Did you see? I didn't have a chance to see what it was.
Enough.
There's more than 6 glasses now, isn't there?
Here you are.
That's it. That's very good. Have you got yourself one?
I'll take one. Thank you, Marco. So,
Jacques Chalet.
Marco, we know that you're on a tight schedule today. So we're going to do the preparation of the steak and the presentation of the steak. At the same time, we also want to give some people the opportunity to take a photo.
Yeah, of course.
With you.
I saw 1 or 2 people come in with a book.
Yeah.
So if you want your book signing...
Actually, we have a book for almost everybody. This is, of course, the age of supply chain issues. So we have about 27. So everybody gets a book from Marco, which is, of course, very nice. Will be signed. And if you bring your own book, of course, he will sign your own book. So we solved some issues here.
Missed out there, didn't you? Another mistake.
So
The one behind me.
I think, Linda, at the same time, we will prepare the steak. You'll rock that for sure.
Okay.
And then Marco can do some signing and some photos.
Thank you.
Maybe, do you want to do it here?
Yeah, I'll do it here.
Yeah?
I'll do it here. When
Okay.
So, but what they should do is if we get one of the REDEFINE team to take the photographs with their phone,
Yeah.
then they nip round here, so we've got the kitchen in the background.
Dion, we have a really great cameraman. I think that he will take place there, and then we do some photos. The only thing is, logistically speaking, I'm checking out what's the best way to do this. So maybe I'm gonna start here. If you guys want to, of course, you don't have to. If you want to pass on that, then
What
I'll
was
just
that?
go the first row, and then
Do you have a
let's do it
pen,
like that.
please?
Linda?
Yeah, do that.
What?
Okay, guys.
Can you
wanna do
magic
that?
me a pen, please?
A pen, yes.
Yeah.
pen?
I heb ook zo'n dikke...
Summer, so I still have to read the end.
I hope it didn't bore you.
No, absolutely not.
What's your name?
Rob.
Rob.
Tuurlijk.
Yeah.
Always read between the lines. Come round this side, we'll do the photograph. There we are. There we are.
Like this?
Yeah. Let's pretend we've known each other for 20 years.
Kijk.
You're funny. Thank you. Enjoy the read.
I will.
Are you coming round, sir?
Have we got any more books for me anywhere? Have we got any more books for me?
Yeah.
Well, the chef has, and I have a better.
I've got one. Oh, yeah, that's good. How are you?
Hey, mate.
What's your name?
Sander. Thank you.
Take care.
So I think, yeah.
Hello, sir. How are you? What's your name? Nick.
Yeah, but you'll do the signing for my student.
What's
Okay.
His name is Marco as well.
Marco?
It's an old one.
So what we'll do with the books that we actually brought for you guys, everybody's going to get one, so don't you worry. But we will send them to your office, home address, whatever you want to share with us, because we don't have enough. So you'll get them later, but
Yeah.
trust me, you'll get them.
Thank you very much.
Unless you brought your own book, then it's of course okay to sign.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you.
I think
Oh, boys.
at the same time,
Hello, you
Linda is
twin
working
brothers.
on
Amazing.
the steak, the buffet. Linda, maybe you want to detail what you're going to
do this
serve it
one.
with?
Oh, really good gnocchi.
Yeah, you go in the middle,
And
can't you?
jus de veau.
Who's the older
It's a
twin?
vegan jus de veau, very good in flavor.
By how many minutes?
Some asparagus. They've been in the sous vide.
So you kept mother
And
waiting.
The steak itself, or the buffet itself, was also in the sous vide, and then grilled, and now being served.
And I remember the event we did with Eden, restaurant Eden. He actually prepared the steaks 2 or 3 days before, right?
Yeah.
And how does that work?
Well, it was funny because are they still paying attention? Yeah. You can slice the steak and have it in a cook and hold on 80-20, and it stays really long for a good time. Also, the sous vide is really nice because let me see this. You're going to be probably being very, very polite and neat while eating, but I really want to show you why this so special is. It's because of the structure of the meat. The middle of the temperature is 72. Minimum 72. Official answer.
Maximum.
73. Official answer. No, this is important that I say official answer. But finish your beautiful glass, and I can tell you more about this product when it's there. So the official answer is there. Salut. Okay, let me plate. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. Chaos.
Enjoy your day. God bless. There we are. There we are. There. Hello. Oh, it's a pleasure. There we are.
Did you try to smoke the steak?
I don't smoke. Oh no, I haven't tried it. I think it'd be quite good actually. That wouldn't it? Yeah, just very gently smoky. Yeah. Yeah. So would you do it with a hot smoke, and then fry? Just a hot smoke, alle minuut.
Yes, alle minute.
And then yeah, like when you do a smoked lamb in the restaurant.
Linda, that was amazing.
Yeah, Robert, maybe there's something you want to
And
tell
do
to
you,
the crowd. Sorry, Marco. Can you tell what you did with the steak?
I smoked the steak.
Okay.
Alle minuut, with Linda, and very good, very surprising isn't the taste.
Yeah, so it takes the flavor really well of the smoke.
Take
of
care,
course.
chef. Thank you. Hello, sir. Pleasure. What's your name, sir? Hello, Roland. Well, this camera first, then. And then with this one. Yeah, we do want to be looking at. You're looking at when I'm looking at. It looks a bit weird. God bless. Bye, Roland.
Yeah.
Pleasure. Hello there. Ah, you've got a proper T-shirt. I've got a sticker.
Yeah, I think this was from a kind of German cook.
Yeah, you do.
I've got a sticker.
Great.
There we are. Kallenberg. Hello there. Hello. Yeah, of course.
Well, thank you, great man.
Pleasure. What's your name?
Fabian,
Fabian.
Yeah.
I like your thing. What's that?
we can change maybe.
What's? No. I like mine as well.
Okay.
What's Kallenberg?
Calderbeck, we're the butcher, we're the proud supplier of all the Sligros in Holland. So we have 39 stores across Holland, and we're the partner for REDEFINE meat for the distribution.
Amazing, amazing. Very good product, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's very clever of you taking it on board to sell a vegetarian product.
We sell together.
It's very clever.
People eat less meat, but better meat combined with REDEFINE meat. So
It's fantastic. It's very clever. Good luck.
Thank you, Fabian. So I think what's nice
there.
to say about the, Renee already mentioned it before, of course, like the bavette that you're eating. Today, I think we serve about
very nice.
20 to 30 grams per person,
very
but most
very nice of
kitchens
you.
actually
Very
work
nice.
with a 100-gram portion. So let's say you will go for the biefstuk Bali, the 0.0 at Luce. They serve 100 grams because it's pretty high on protein. The steak, 100 grams of steak is about 30 to 35 grams of protein. So very high due to the mix of proteins that we use. And what's nice, of course, we've been talking about, as Marco as well, so how do you put this on your menu? I think Luce is a good example because they don't call it the vegan steak, they don't call it vegetarian steak. They say this is the Bali 0.0. So that's, of course, also goes in line with our ideology, like saying you don't necessarily need to say it's vegan or vegetarian. Just call it new meat, or call it a 0.0, which is also pretty good coinage.
Chef, how many grams do you serve a main course portion? 100?
Yeah, or
Yeah,
maybe
so
80.
Because it's quite big, yeah.
So
What's your
actually,
sauce, Chef?
I
Tell me
don't
what
know.
your
Have you
sauce
tried
is.
it?
This is
Okay, yeah. So the steak is pretty, like I said, it's high on protein, so it's a good bite. So they don't get a complaint about that. No, at least not that I'm aware of.
So a little bit
Yeah.
of
So
pepper.
we supply the steak in a 300 grams format. So they have three servings in one steak. So right now it's 300 grams. Might change in the future, of course, if we have different products coming to market. So it's not portioned.
Who should I make this to?
Rob.
Hello, Rob.
So you're already finished. So what do you think about the bavette? Have you tried it before? Nope. What is your first feedback?
Would you like the buffet?
Tasty and good structure.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, in the end, that's the first 2.5 years of REDEFINE meat was pure research on texture, mouthfeel, what does the product do in the pan, like the maillard that you didn't see in the pan here, but that you probably see on the outside of the product. So that's been the origin story of the company, and from there, of course, we did further product development. Yes, of course.
No, with pleasure. What's your name?
My name is
Rule. How do you spell that? R.
R-O-E.
Yeah, it says respect, admiration.
Thank you very much.
Should we do a photograph, Chef?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, I've got some bit.
Thank you.
Take care. All.
We have to eat first or
No. How are you? Of course you can interrupt. Yeah, of course. Come close.
44 years in the kitchen. Not 45, but 44 I have.
So you started in '79.
About that, yeah.
Yeah, I was '78.
Yeah, and I had a cook once, and he worked a half year with you in London as a store, in a restaurant.
Sorry?
I had once a cook, and he came to work for you for a half year in London.
We're at the Hyde Park or the
Yeah,
Oakland.
Hyde Park,
Yeah.
yeah. And he brought a book with your signature for me. So
Oh, very nice.
I already have it.
Did he enjoy his time?
Yeah. Okay. A picture with Albert. Good. Thank you. Enjoy.
Pleasure. Send my best to the young man if you see him again. Well, he won't be so young anymore, but send him my best. That was delicious, wasn't it? Again, they've silenced you with their food. Laura, and of course I am. Ah, have you had some food? Have a little bit of mine. Here. There we are. Nice, isn't it? It's like eating braised brisket, or a cheek, or little spare ribs. Oh no, the little short ribs. It's very good. Linda's very, very clever.
Yeah.
And very nice. And she's very nice. And hard working. Really hard, yeah. Yum. You've silenced them with their deliciousness. Linda, you've silenced them with your deliciousness.
Was het lekker?
Yeah.
That's Dutch word, lekker.
Lekker.
Lekker, like it. Thank you so much. I'm going to show you something new. New innovation.
Nice.
Pulled. You're leaving.
I'm on my way. But I'll be back soon.
I will follow you.
Oh, yes. I follow you. Am I going now?
We're going to sing. We're going to a karaoke bar.
Can I say, I hope I didn't bore you, but can I say thank you for your patience, and I hope you've enjoyed the food as much as I have. And I think Linda's been amazing. Thank you, Linda.
Thank you, sir.
I've got to run. Cheers, everybody. They've got a few more bottles down the back, so don't be shy to ask. They've got lots more wine, sir, around the back.
Yeah.
Cheers, everybody, and safe journey home. God bless. Have a nice week. Bye-bye.
Marco, thank you so much to make the journey come out here to meet our lovely partners in crime, meaning the restaurant business.
Where's the man who put all this stuff on me?
It's over there.
Where is he? Where's he
You will take
hiding?
with that. Thank you. Marco, thank you so
Any
much.
questions before I go?
Maybe a really, really
That was
beautiful
a very
applause.
nice-
Thank you,
thank you,
applause.
Chef.
Thank you, Marco
Thank you,
Pierre
thank
White.
you.
Thank you so much.
God bless. Bye-bye. Wow.
Really good. Yeah. Yeah, well, it's me. It's me, it's me.
Right.
Je geluk.
So I believe we have one more dish that we want to show you. This is actually the new product that I mentioned before. We're looking to launch this the end of October. So it's the pulled beef that you will try.
Really nice. Thank you so much. We're going to do the pulled. Are you ready for it? Yes, we're going to do it now.
Do you need
Sorry, I'm on stage.
wil je niet voorop doen?
Ciao, Marco. See you soon. Who likes to see some new innovation? Something that we haven't shown to customers yet. It's the pulled line. Steph told us about it. I'm just making one dish here, and then somebody else will make it there. Just making some tacos with it. I put a spicy sauce on it, like any other product. It's canvas for the chefs, so it's called pulled. You said you were going to make me a sloppy Joe, but I'm going to make tacos out of it. It's tacos.
You're the boss.
Latest version. So I'm going to do that. It's pulled, and it's done. It's very easy. It is ready in 3 or 4 minutes. So this is really nice for restaurants, caterings, and canteens for business, because you can have somebody behind it, somebody else with intelligence and beauty can flavor it, and then it's just heat it up, and you have a beautiful outcome. And as Marco just told us, that it saves time. We will say manpower, but I will say like people who are working, also the women. Like power in the kitchen is really hard to get, and to have like reduced and very flavorful products, it's even more difficult. So with the pooled, you save time. You also save a lot of energy, because imagine how much energy it costs to get a pooled product right now. So that in mind, I think it's a really, really good product. I think it's going to make waves, and I'm going to make it right now because everybody left.
Thank you, Linda. And I think more on the practical side, it's actually also a 1 kg package. So it's frozen. It's a frozen product like our other products, but all of them come in at 1 kg. So it's also easy to handle. And like Linda said, it's easy to prepare as well. Oops.
Dat is hem, hè? Good. Let's do this.
Was asked before already. I mean, Robert, I know you are going to work with our products in one of the new concepts, right? Come forward, yeah, working with it. So that's really cool. Do we have anybody else in the group that's already working with REDEFINE meat as a product? Can you tell me a little bit more, and who you are, of course, as well?
Well, currently we have flame toasting, vlammetjes toasting.
Yeah.
And we use the meat to make a spicy mix.
Okay.
Melt the cheese in there, and then you have a really nice classical.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Which location do you?
I work for Vincent van der Zalm in Amare Den Haag.
Yeah, of course.
Heb jij zwarte handschoenen misschien voor me? Dank je wel.